Welcome, everyone. We've got a third and fourth place match. It's taken, what is this, 2 weeks since the tournament now? So it's taking place a little bit late. We've got SadToffee joining me today for a duo cast.
Hello there.
And so we talked a little bit about it in the podcast, but we could talk a little bit more about this matchup. Why don't you tell me some of your predictions for this? We got SinDarkFatez and TheLoneCabin versus Zemixy and Fatnerd.
You know, just judging by the fact that I've played a few matches with SinDark and Fatnerd and Cabin. I haven't really played much with Zemixy, but I think Dark and Cabin have a pretty good chance because of what I've seen SinDark really do. Like, he's very competent during his matches, so I'm hoping we'll see some very good play. But I think either side could win, but I'm favoring SinDark for sure and Cabin.
Yeah, I have similar feelings. If you'd asked me on the day of the tournament, I would have pretty heavily favored Sin and Cabin over Zemixy and Fatnerd. But we have seen a pretty sharp improvement out of Zemixy over the past 2 weeks. And so that could be a difference maker here in bringing the match, closer to that 50-50. But I think I'd still lean 60-40 for Sin and Cabin, as at least to me in the tournament, they look to be the strongest team.
I really think either way it swings, it's going to be hopefully an interesting set, So.
Yeah, I am quite interested, but we've got, I guess, a little bit of time here. I thought, I saw Cabin in the Discord channel. I thought he would join the Phantom Dust room pretty quickly, but maybe they're having some joining issues.
Yeah.
Some good old Phantom Dust issues.
Yeah, that is one thing with this game. As much as we all love it, it can be a little bit of a pain when you just can't join for a while.
Yep, and you have to try and do all the tricks and change this, change that, different host here, different host there. 9 different things you got to change.
All right, here's Dombo Ducky, not TheLoneCabin.
And Dombo Ducky again.
I really hope this match actually does start, because I am looking forward to seeing it. Ducky really persistent here, really wants to get in here. Not very sure why.
Well, they're 1,000 rating player, so presumably they haven't played any online games and they don't know what's going on.
Poor guy doesn't even read. He's just like, why are they kicking me? Just very sad.
Look at that, he even moves over to B team like, come on. Come on.
They're leaving Ducky in the lobby because apparently Cabin is having some form of issues.
Just play with a ringer. Absolutely nothing could go wrong.
Original Xbox game, no problems I can foresee.
Of course not. Well, I think this is, other than the podcast, your first time being on anything. So I don't know you that well personally. So introduce yourself a little bit to us. Maybe your background in gaming, where you're from, what your interests are.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm SadToffee. I'm Canadian. The name comes from a conspicuous picture of a piece of candy. Really, I don't have much experience in casting, but gaming I have a lot of experience. I played chess for a few years. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Magic Gathering. I played Hearthstone. I've played Escape from Tarkov. I've played, just a whole host of games. So I'm really into the gaming scene, and one of my favorite things has been watching really well-casted matches. So I thought I'd try my hand at it and hopefully provide the same experience I enjoy.
Very cool, very cool. Geez, you listed your games, and it just makes me feel old because I'm like, all those games came out 15 minutes ago.
I have played some more classic games, but I can't really name much off the top of my head, mostly because a lot of them were single player. Like, I played most of the Crash Bandicoot series on my old PS2 that I used to have as a kid. So, but yeah, it's mostly just games like that. Some of the older CODs and stuff. Okay, Cabin's in the lobby now.
We've got Cabin in the lobby, and it looks like we should be ready to go shortly. I don't know if they're going to do a lag test.
I would hope they would.
Usually it's pretty obvious whenever somebody does a lag test, so hopefully we can catch whether or not it is pretty quickly, but we'll treat it like it's the real thing until we know it's not.
If I'm not mistaken, SinDark is in Stardust, which is Zemixy's guild. I think. So I think this is actually kind of interesting.
All right, early Fire of Gehenna start for Aura, very healthy for Zemixy. Wow. Noticeably, they're playing a cartwheeler. Have not really seen that out of Zemixy. They were really hard set on being a female jumper for a while. Then they decided, I think they switched to Nine.
Oh, good early hit there. Oh, but the Dragon Slayer comes out from behind. I can't tell if Zemixy had 2 defenses or... Ooh, another good hit.
Yeah,
These Fire of Gehenna landing.
You may want to refresh. I think you're like 2 or 3 seconds behind me.
Am I?
Yeah, I think they had a dark hole there, and that got taken.
Oh, okay.
TheLoneCabin is just really eating damage here. Fatnerd with the rock shot start, and then the Fire of Gehenna from behind is just really tearing up Cabin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Cabin is... Okay, but that Glacial was good. Am I still behind, or...?
No, that seems to be pretty close on timing there. That's good. That should keep them alive for a bit. They're trying to get some pressure on a Fatnerd, but, you know...
Good Will-O-Wisp. It looks like they're kind of being forced off, but they're really still having the initiative and the advantage here. Cabin's doing his absolute best to sort of... I'm assuming he's playing time so that Dark can get something more, because it looks like Dark doesn't really have a decent setup right now. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate they didn't take advantage of the stairs there. Cabin was stuck out of their base with no shields, and once on the escalator, should have been completely vulnerable. They threw their attacks too early, and he got a free trip up the escalator and got some shields, so that puts him in a better spot.
Looks like Fatnerd might be actually getting encircled by... Yeah, he's getting encircled by SinDark and TheLoneCabin. Seeing a lot of a bunch of reincarnations coming, and Will-O-Wisps, and just a whole monotony of attacks. And there's a fire sword. Oh, but Cabin takes a Fire of Gehenna straight to the chest.
There's
this is interesting
play from Fates, though. He has 2 reincarnations.
And Fates finishes it. That's a very strong first game.
Fates basically just soloed the game. My goodness.
Yeah, pretty much a 1v2 coming out from Fates. Very impressive to start off the set.
I mean, that was a 15 damage dump in, like, what, 7 seconds there? Just boom, boom,
About that,
boom.
yeah.
Dropped him.
Hits upon hits upon hits. Really impressive to see that type of thing come out. This is what you would expect from a runner-up match at a tournament, though. So I guess it makes sense.
Interesting arsenal looking here from Zemixy. I think this... No, they had another one, because it was a different name, right? And it had the Wings of Hope and Fire of Gehenna, but this one still looks fairly similar. It had Judge of Anubis, Fire of Gehenna, Bloody Ritual.
Well, it makes sense. Once you figure out what you like, you usually stick to the same, at least, archetype of cards. So it looks like Zemixy's really enjoying playing with those more risky cards, its health costs and such, trying to just absolutely be aggressive and get their opponents out easy and fast.
Yeah, Zemixy did get a ton of damage in with that Fire of Gehenna last match. So it was definitely working for them.
Zemixy switching up their deck. They're going back to Palace, it looks like. Deck called Gladiator. I didn't see what was in that deck, but it looks interesting.
Psycho Key, but I'm only seeing 1 green. That's going to be an interesting one. Usually with Psycho Key, you want to rely on the Tiger Strength buffing up the attacks, but they got the Tiger Strength in hand, so...
Yeah, that's a lucky draw.
Mission accomplished already, I suppose, in that regard.
I guess the plan is just to take a mulligan if you don't get Tiger Strength and just go for it as fast as you can.
Yeah, but if you play that kind of arsenal and then you only have 1 in there, sometimes you don't draw it until very late, and you can throw a whole game by not hitting the damage numbers you need to hit in order to break shields.
Seems reasonably risky, but it seems like that's sort of Zemixy's style. It's just risky and aggressive. Very interesting to watch.
All right, going to be looking to hit the Dragon Slayer. They already overwrote the backdraft bullet. There's not going to be any real offense to follow up there. But Sin is taking a real peppering there from Fatnerd. What is that, just Bullet of Fire? That they're
I believe so. It might
10
be
damage from a Bullet of Fire. Hyper Kick. And there's the big...
This is just Oh my!
Excalibur is
very
painful.
good hit.
Online
Really
Excal
debris.
rolled the 6 plus 2 from the 2 heats. 8 was massive.
And there's the revive, so we have all 4 players up. Ooh, but a good blade there. Very good hit. And SinDark's down again. Cabin alone. Oh, I don't think Cabin picked up his teammate.
Nope, not yet. They got to get over
Cabin's
there
on
and get
10
it.
HP. They have melee attacks. If they can guard this, but you know, I think that Tiger Strength might have been a slight misplay. I think it may have been more optimal to just keep Xcal and look for an opportunity to just keep them off the body. You know, keep Cabin away from it.
I think no matter what, he was close enough. They weren't going to be able to one-shot him. He might have taken a hit, but he would have gotten to him.
All right, here comes Mixie going on Cabin.
Grind?
Psycho Knife. Oh, Knife Grind, not Psycho Knife.
I don't
Jeez.
dislike Knife Grind here, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting prospect. Both trying to hit swords through the wall.
I'm guessing this arsenal is going to be trying to push towards, you know, Tiger Strength Excaliburs here. And so having things like Knife Grind that get you the damage and then move your way through the arsenal are actually pretty nice.
But that Dazzle might bring a big upset here if they can use it properly.
Oh, they're getting some damage back.
Oof.
Things are still grim.
This game could be very close if SinDark and Cabin actually manage to... Ooh, I was just about to say manage to put together a good offense, but...
That's game right there.
Ooh, that is a big hit.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is just Sin taking a lot of that damage early, going down early, just put them at such a big health differential that it was very difficult for them to make progress getting back into the game.
Man, who could have expected that, though, huh? 2-0. This is a Mixie side.
No, it's 1-1. Remember, Sin won Palace.
Oh, that's right. Sin did clutch Palace. My mistake. An absolute lapse of memory.
I like the reference. All right, so now it's going to be Sin and Cabin's turn to choose maps. They're going for lane.
Should be interesting. Lane, notorious for being very open. You know, you can play almost anything on lane and it can work.
Yeah, I tend to favor, I think it's good to have, you know, somebody playing from long range and then somebody playing more of an up-close skirmish role on a lot of maps, but especially lane, I think it's really good. You can always have somebody sit back with, you know, some twist and slide lasers and then just have somebody else get up in faces, and I think that works really well here, but we'll have to see what they're going to go for. This one,
you know,
is another interesting one. Trance Acquisition Dazzle. Okay.
Yeah, I did mention a bit of a trend before where Zemixy likes more aggressive arsenals, but it seems like it's almost all aggressive arsenals. I'm not seeing any sort of defense or long-range, more focused arsenals. Looks like just very aggressive play.
Yeah, now to Fatnerd, we've mostly seen Dance of Death, and then he favored that Tiger Strength Acquisition Rockshot deck a lot. I think I have seen Vibration out of him before, though, too.
Starting with early aggression on Sin. Obviously seeing he has no way to really respond to the aggression other than just play defense.
Fatnerd's sitting on a lot of yellows.
Yeah, Zemixy's playing some very comfortable neutral here.
Both of them. Both of them.
It looks like...
I don't know how they get me with that.
Okay. Cabin's just trying his best to send out lasers. This is...
Oh, there's the Tiger Strength slide laser right there out of Sin.
Oh, yeah.
That's and you can see part of what makes it so powerful, and Fatnerd is eating the same from Cabin. They're running double of those.
Wow. Okay.
That could come to bite them if they both get up in their faces, but with the opposite spawns from each other, Zemixy's trying to get in the face of Cabin and eating lasers from Sin.
Does Zemixy really have the attacks to get into that sort of range? I don't know if that's going to be beneficial.
I mean, the rock shot should be good here, but part of the problem was Fatnerd wasn't ready to move on Sin at the time. They're going to have to be careful because it looks like they're trying to double up on Cabin, and then Sin will be able to unleash on him here in a minute.
Zemixy's rock shots are not being thrown as tight as they could be. I think I might be trying to keep spacing, or they might be just not entirely understanding the arc. It looks like Cabin and Sin are trying to centralize their positions now. So they're probably going to be trying to fight off a mid to mid
trying to get some free damage there. Doesn't quite time it.
Ooh.
They were trying to knock Cabin out of the lift with the armor.
Oh, I see. I see. Trying to hit tight rock shot there. Sin's on the ground. Ooh,
Sin really seems to be struggling. He lost that laser, and he hasn't had any meaningful offense since.
Okay.
And now LoneCabin's taking a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, it looks like Sin and Cabin's lead is going to diminish pretty quickly here unless they can find something. Oh, I see. Okay.
Sin's got the photon wave, but his partner's already down.
Yeah.
And then he runs away instead of running towards, which gives him more time to set this up.
That's his one attack, his photon wave.
Yeah,
Good shot there with the reincarnation, but the rock shot might have been able to double hit there.
Sin really doesn't have the pressure in this situation, it looks like. Oh, good photon wave, but he does tank a Reen for it. I don't think that was a beneficial trade. Does he get to the body?
Nope. Oh, he had 5 health.
What?
2 HP?
Missed on the railgun.
Oh,
they do get the pickup, and that gets a double.
That's a very good pickup. Zemixy's down to 0. But Zemixy gets up. Cabin just has to make it through for the res now, though. But Zemixy is decently close. Cabin's pretty far from the body, so they're going to be able to set up a 2v1 around the body. Rock shots coming in. Very difficult pickup for Cabin.
Oh, that's...
GG!
Oh, no, that dazzle, and Cabin's dead. 2-1 sweep. That's...
Oh, good job, man.
Again, just...
I want to hug you.
Wow. Wow. You know, that is an impressive sweep.
That's just 2-1, right? Or was it only supposed to be a best of 3?
You know, with their reactions, it might only
It sounds like they're playing a best of 3, but yeah, that shows you the weakness of both people running lasers on lane right there. They had great early pressure and early damage, but as soon as both of their opponents were able to get up in their faces, neither one was really able to keep up the pressure from there.
I mean, yeah, if anything, that's just proof of what you said before. You know, you don't want to run 2 lasers. It's better to run 1 laser and 1 person up there harassing, because you don't want to let your opponents get their setups in time, you know? If you're playing 2 lasers, all you're going to be able to really do is suppress people, which isn't going to give you a whole lot of pressure in the end game.
Yeah, I see other people commenting in Zemixy's chat now that they're like, I thought it was 5 games during the tourney. I don't know.
So it might be 3 out of 5. Even if it is 3 out of 5, Zemixy has a 2-1 lead, so this is gonna be interesting.
Okay, they want to go best of 5.
Okay, looks like we're going best of 5.
I think they just had a miscommunication on how many games they were going for.
All right, going to Highway next. You know, Highway's an interesting map. There's a lot of things you can do, but it really, honestly, to me, it seems like it depends more on your spawns than...
Highway can be a spawn-dependent map. There's some spawns that are okay, but whoever gets that up-high spawn on the long stretch of Highway, and if they have somebody in range where they could shoot lasers at them, that's a real bad day.
I don't want bomb. I don't want to blow you up.
Yeah. Getting that under the stairs spawn, especially when somebody has the spawn on the long highway, can be a real death sentence. So both teams are probably going to be hoping they don't get bad spawns here if they're going into highway.
This is a map that's a lot more forgiving to play double lasers, but I think it's also still better like on lane, running something with lasers and then running something that's more of a skirmish role.
Well, I mean, the main thing to me is probably that you can just, you know, you can have more, like, manual aimed laser attacks. Like, if they're trying to push up the stairs, you can kind of try and keep them away with some manuals, but it's not going to be the most effective, but, you know, it can help.
Delay bomb is an interesting choice here.
Yeah, I don't really see that skill much, honestly.
That surprises me, too. I think I would have picked up the Psycho Spear there just to try and move the arsenal along.
Maybe just trying to play out of spawn to get the early kill on Sin, considering that Nerd is directly above Sin. But pulling away to fight Cabin, I guess Cabin must have found something that they didn't like.
Yeah, that's probably the right call, getting rid of that.
Oh, yeah, big bomb is that big bomb. That's a good one.
Big bomb's good here. Good in this scenario, but
good job jumping down there, Cabin. Oh no, Zemixy hits himself.
Big bomb's number 2 utility is hitting yourself. You know,
of course,
that's what it's there for.
Alright, let's see.
to prevent the enemy's damage.
We're
Everyone knows that.
Venom Fang out of Lone Cabin. Oh, they're doubling up.
no,
That
the
is
cabin-
a bad place to be against double parabolas. You do not want to be anywhere near that
Absolutely.
staircase.
That hyper key bullet nearly
Good spot.
misses.
I'm just gonna check.
Cabin's resorting to trying to hide on the stairs, and this is what I was talking about, you know, because that stair spawn can be hell.
I actually really like that
They're
stair
not shooting
spawn
lasers at us, so
because
we
you
should-
still
we
have
should
cover
get it
from a
while we
lot of
can.
things. But yeah, there's still, some things that can hit you there. Oh, yep.
Oh,
Fatnerd
fuck.
got hit by a big bomb again.
I got hit by a
Okay.
big bomb.
That
Zemixy
is
with just
5
amazing
damage to
big bomb
opponents and 10 damage to their own team. Let's keep a counter.
Okay.
You know, I think
Angel's
it's just a
wing, be
calculated
careful with
play that
melee.
we don't understand because we're just not
Okay,
as good, you know?
Oh man, big bomb is always such a fun skill, but boy, it can be a real troll.
Drop down.
It absolutely can.
We have to coordinate attack him.
Okay. So
All right, so they're hoping to break the shield there.
I've got a dazzle ready, which I'd like to use.
Yeah, they're hoping to
Yep.
just get through
I'm
SinDark's
down.
defense in any way they can, really. I can't really tell what the exact plan. Okay, it looks like they're just going to double up and go perfectly aggressive. So it's going to be a 2v2 situation.
Maybe we should go back.
Each team's probably going to be working towards focusing one person. Zemixy seemingly
I'm frozen.
wanting to disengage.
I'll go back.
They're doing their best to
Oh,
keep the
boy, they're
spacing,
both
but they
frozen.
do both get frozen out. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh no, the straight cartwheel into getting hit by Reincarnation there, and Reincarnation Will-O-Wisp. That's very smart coming out. Zemixy's trying to put the stop at the top of the stairs so they can use the parabolas to their advantage and they're not getting hit by things. Cabin and SinDark are taking refuge under the bridge. They really understand. Cabin resets back to his spawn. SinDark's still under the bridge. Cabin's looking for more stuff. SinDark is definitely just probably waiting with that bit. It's almost a health advantage, you could say, with 14 sitting under there, able to sort of just play however they want.
Double lock position.
I think Fatnerd's running the bravery decision again here, but they haven't managed to get their way towards bravery.
I don't have an
13
answer
skills
to
remaining.
the
If
wall
they
yet.
lose that
Needs
rock
to
shot,
throw, but
it's going to be a bad
Right
day
next to
because
his
they
feet
haven't shown any other
is
offense
Trance.
yet.
Yeah, Fatnerd could be put in a tough spot. Oh, that was a good hit.
Well, he's
The
just
Tiger Strength
Oh,
at least
Dark
wore
Hold rock
off.
shot. That's the rock shot gone, like you were saying.
That's going to be a
Joe,
bad day.
I hear
He
it.
does at least have another attack on bench, but if he's running bravery, he may not
seen
be
the
there
throws,
yet.
Both throws.
That's a whole lot of Will-O-Wisps.
Okay, here comes Sin.
Oh, he's got another rock shot. We're still in business.
Alright.
Sorry, I gotta open a jar real quick.
Stuff if you can, unless you
Okay,
need
let's
stuff.
see. Cabin's real low. 6
Okay,
capsules remaining, plus 3 damage on right now. We know they've got a Will-O-the-Wisp,
One of them's got
but what else do they have in the tank right now?
I'm dead.
That was a missed block right there, but it's a decent reset anyway. Not too bad of a move to reset right now. Rock shots out of Fatnerd, trying to get some damage in.
Okay,
Not the
Dazzle?
best angle for it,
Which
but
one?
now
Oh, that
we've got
reincarnation.
Sin coming from
There's
behind
one
there
cabin.
with the reincarnation.
I'm ready.
Watch out
The
above us.
Willow
And
is
this is-
not as good here. It's
I
just too
fell.
slow.
Oh
It's a
no,
long map.
Zemixy just rolled off to
Oh, that's
Yeah.
rough.
Now is not the time.
Now he can at least block the body pretty well with Will-O-the-Wisp.
Yeah,
And-
those Willows are gonna make it hard to pop a res.
I want to see where Fatnerd is, but the camera's not showing us.
Switch if you want to watch.
How far did he
Zemixy-
get?
Zemixy's unfortunately not swapping POVs. A little bit
Well,
locked out of the
Fatnerd's about to
action fight.
1v2 anyway. They are both one shot.
Wow.
It's where we were.
Rock
Very
shot
good
is
HP.
great in this scenario, being able
On
to
the
just take
opposite
one
side.
out and then maybe get the
got
pop
the
on the
arrow.
other, but big
Oh,
hit
that
from
will to the
behind.
back. 9 HP on
prioritize
Fatnerd.
using your defense skill.
Oh, he's going to take
Oh, and a
another.
reincarnation. Okay, this game's turning around very quickly. It's a
Watch out.
2v1. This is a bad
Will-O-Wisp.
situation for Fatnerd. Fatnerd jumping down, trying to avoid everything. He's now taking refuge under the
Oh,
bridge.
he's going to
Another
take that
reincarnation.
one. That's
Oh!
too much.
Oh, that is... And a bit of an overwhelming offense put together by Sin and Lone, and they're able to just take that game. That was very well played.
What do we want to play?
Fatnerd should not have been very far from Zemixy when Zemixy went down. It looks to me, we couldn't see exactly, but it looks like he ran all the way back to his spawn anyway, and then tunneled on trying to get a kill and then make the pickup trade. And he took so much damage just trying to get the kill.
What do you like to
So
play
much
on Sin?
damage that when he finally
Yeah.
went for the run for it, didn't have enough gas in the tank.
You know, I think once Fatnerd was out there, he unfortunately wouldn't have been able to run back to Zemixy, so he had to just make a decision. I don't know how much of a good decision it was, but judging by Fatnerd's loadout, it was a tough situation either way.
Gonna take.
Yeah, when it comes to pickup runs like that, it looked like they were still fairly close to each other when Zemixy went down. And oftentimes waiting to make a decision in Phantom Dust is worse than making the wrong
Thank you,
decision.
Scout. Thank you, Jesse, for cheering me in the chat.
I think that absolutely makes sense. Analysis paralysis is a very, very big issue for a lot of people, including me.
All right, so sign for Game 5. It's come down to 2-2. Been a pretty tight series, back and forth matches. They're going to be relying on Psycho Faith here for Zemixy going into the last match.
Should be interesting. It's a common combo of schools because it's particularly strong. You know, you have access to all the Psycho moves, Psycho Burst, Psycho Knife, Psycho Blade, like Rock Shot, all that. And you also have access to like Reincarnation, which is, I mean, Reincarnation alone is amazing. So.
All right, that's a really healthy start there for Zemixy. I don't know exactly what's in the arsenal, but you can't complain about that start. You've got a Dazzle for long-range harassment. You've got 5 Aura in the first hand. You're getting some of your stats early. You've got the safety of your Armoros on bench now.
I also have Judge of Anubis.
Can't ask for too much in your first 2 capsule spawns right there.
Yeah, this is a very good start for Zemixy.
Sin, however, has a full hand at 3 Aura. That's not looking great.
If they decide to laser spam.
Yeah, it looks like Sin may have not gotten enough Aura cells.
Honestly, pick up that diabolical trick and then just go sit on Sin's face.
One more Aura.
It looks like they're reading the situation correctly and they're going to decide to play on the aggression on Sin. Sin,
Okay, Sin is
Sin,
also out of his base.
you know, it's a little weird.
Okay,
Seems like
let's
Sin
go get him.
should be
I
giving
only
up
have
ground
Dazzle
here, but
and
Sin's
Sexy.
deciding more to either to just sit on spawn and mill, it looks like.
Yeah, get a blue.
Maybe Sin has a little bit tunnel vision on
Okay, I need to
finding
go back to
cards,
Ooh, good
possibly.
Armoros there.
That's cool.
Oh, never mind. No, never mind.
That'll
That's
cause
yeah,
him some
minus-
problems. That's probably all the speed ups in Fatnerd's deck, unless he's running actually 3 of them.
Really annoying. Okay, go on. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's take a knife and vibration.
Okay, I'm gonna flash hold the laser.
Uh-oh.
Got it.
They could have
Laser
waited
flash
too.
hold. Sometimes flash hold doesn't work on lasers, so there is a possibility
Cabin's
that
coming
Dark
from
didn't
above.
lose it.
I'm pincering him.
Oh no, he definitely lost that one. I'm
Here comes
fairly
the Dazzle.
certain.
Dazzled?
Dazzle.
Cool.
They
Good
get
Dazzle
the
coming
vibration
out.
blaster.
Okay, watch
Fatnerd's
out.
already on
Cabin's above.
vibration. He
I
is
got
dug
Psycho Blade,
fast
don't
and
get too
hard,
close, okay?
and he is in a really powerful spot right now.
From behind.
Okay.
This is going to be a very difficult comeback from Sin and Cabin.
Ooh.
I've been flat hold, but
Lone Cabin over there
Fuck me.
using
Okay, I'm
trance.
gonna
It
try
looked
and
like,
Catch,
or maybe that was a
Sin's
dark hole that just broke. Fatnerd taking more hits there from Lone
Yeah,
Cabin.
Cabin is able to find the hits, find the pressure. He does need to create a gap for SinDark because SinDark's just going to keep taking the pressure with his hand and this lack of like activity.
Well, as long as he's got Fatnerd occupied,
I'm
avoiding
gonna
the
hold
Dazzle
Sin
and the
for you.
Psycho Blade's not that bad. Even if
But I
Zemixy
need
lands
to
a Dazzle,
take
they don't have
myself
anything
too.
to follow it up with.
got Psycho Verse.
You know, I guess so.
Armoros here off of the bench could be pretty big.
What do I
Taking
do?
Lone Cabin's damage buffs away, getting your +2 back.
Oh,
Alright, I
big
got
slide
rid of
lasers
the
coming in.
erase.
Another laser taken away.
Absolutely is.
Oh, erased my shit.
I think you just have to give up the judge here.
Alright, I've got a Psycho Verse people for you.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm flipping his +3.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
actually
that's
a really
gonna-
good situation.
It's gonna hurt, but I think there's Tiger Strength in hand, so it's still
I
manageable.
only have Dazzle, okay?
You go from a +3 to a +1,
Are you
Or
or
going
maybe it was a
for-
trance.
Psycho Verse.
Are you going for Lone Cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cabin stuck in a 1v2
Not-
right now.
Good Dazzle.
Fatnerd goes down, but Dazzle knocks them out of the air.
By the left.
Uh-oh, Zemixy. Okay, but the res is close.
I've got a laser.
Ooh,
Uh-oh, Zemixy doesn't have the mana to defend here.
they didn't quite get the reincarnation off of Lone Cabin. That was close. Our level was close. Fatnerd's dropping lasers there now.
Cabin's gonna flash hole on.
Vibration
Honestly,
laser coming with pressure.
The play could still be to just run to Sindark's spawn and start getting rid of his capsules.
Yeah, I think that should have been the play early on, dropping the judge and
They're
just
away from their
looks
base,
like-
sitting on
so
his
I'm gonna
base.
Diabolical trick.
It looks
But-
like Zemixy is cheating by tuning into the stream.
Yeah, you're
No.
doing good.
But Zemixy absolutely having the same idea and getting rid of as many capsules as possible, just milling Sindark before Sindark can even do anything, which is, you know, it's a generally quite good idea.
Fatnerd's got to be careful though. He's deep in there, 1v2. Retreating
looks
back
like-
towards Zemixy is probably the right call here. Be close in case you do go down.
Here comes Dazzle.
And you
Fatnerd's
weren't-
trying to manual lasers.
You weren't going to be able to pop forever as it was.
I need to go back. I need to go back.
But
Okay,
still,
this is-
Zemixy doesn't have any offense here.
Yeah, this is wrapped around to being a very bad situation for Zemixy and Fatnerd. They're both low. They're not really on like what they need to be. This could turn into a very tense situation between the two teams.
All right, well,
have
Judge
Cabin
now
is-
becomes the big
I
X
can
factor.
try and hit Sin.
You know, I think. Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. Judge can one-shot Dark.
It's close, though, because Dark and Cabin are already at such low health, it's going to be of limited
need to get
use to
closer
where it would have
together,
been
okay?
earlier.
Okay, no, we can see that.
This is going to be interesting. It's just going to come all. It's all going to come down to whether or not Zemixy can hit that Judge without being
gonna bait
challenged
him
at
out.
all.
Yep.
Because even if
Oh,
Zemixy hits
Cabin
that
goes
Judge,
down.
it takes
Kill
damage
him.
in turn.
Cabin goes
Very
down.
bad.
Cabin goes
Cabin's
down.
Anubis, okay?
Judge
Oh,
can
wait.
win it right
he's
here.
Dazzled? Okay, he's dazzled.
There's the
GG!
Dazzle Psycho
Oh, Judge of
Burst.
Anubis!
We did
Oh,
it!
Psycho Burst!
All right.
Let's
It was
go.
Dazzle Psycho
no
Burst.
dispute. We're third place now.
Wow!
3-2.
I thought they both ran Judge.
You did it!
Classic.
We
Few
did
bits of
it!
miscasting from me, here, but you know, whatever, that's fine. That was very good, though. Very
We
good
had like
sets
3
there,
different
and
things going.
Zemixy
If you
and
missed,
Fatnerd
I had
take third
Judge
place.
Anubis, and then if that failed, I still could have
There we
diabolically
go.
tricked him.
Congratulations to Zemixy and Fatnerd, officially third place in the tournament over Log Cabin and SinDarkFatez. It's a great set.
Very great set.